Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are ranking social constructs, and not only that, but also I'm saying how I would change them, if I would change them. If I wouldn't change them, then I'm not saying how I change them, since, I wouldn't change them. But anyways, first off, we're starting with the government. And the government is good because, they kind of make the rules, but it's also kind of bad because, they kind of give, at least in the United States, they kind of give companies too much power. So specifically, the capitalist government, I would say, is not that great because the companies have way too much power. Also, there's a bunch of corrupt politicians and stuff. So, if really, it's like C tier, because if everyone wasn't so corrupt, then it would be good. But, all the politicians pretty much are corrupt, and they just want money. Same with the corporations. So, yeah, definitely C tier. The only good they do is create the laws and just keep order, pretty much. So to change this, I would probably just, if a leader becomes corrupt, you just get rid of them. And also the companies can't, with no corruption, the companies would have less power too. Because they wouldn't be able to pay anyone, to make laws or whatever, or to change things. So just no corruption, pretty much, will be good. And also, I don't know, if the money stayed the same, you gotta work for your money, but you don't have to work for, food, and also free healthcare. You don't have to do that. So, kind of communism, but also kind of not, since you still need to work for your money. Just basically ensuring that no one will, starve to death. That would be pretty good. That would be a good government. That's how if I had a country, that's how it would be. Now we have war. I mean, this doesn't go anywhere other than D tier. I mean, people die. Countries fight over kind of stupid reasons. To solve war, I just make, a peaceful way to solve conflicts. Just, I don't know. Just a way to solve things without fighting. To improve it, I make it so it's done remotely through drones and stuff. But really, it would just be better if it was completely eliminated and people resolved conflicts just differently, or there just were no conflicts and the whole world was just the same country. Next off, we have culture. And culture is A tier because there's nothing wrong about it except for some people just can't really, they just don't like differences in, culture. And they just think it's just weird to them and, bad. They see other culture and they just think it's bad. So, yeah, to make it better, it would just be getting rid of those people or just making people not think that it's bad for other cultures. Yeah, but culture is pretty good. Just without those people, it'll be better. Now money. Money's the same, or it's not really the same, but, it's the same with culture. It's just mostly good, a little bad, because, it's, with money, you could do it money-wise, but you could also barter with people. But if it was just bartering, then you wouldn't be able to pay with money. You could pay with paper, but you'd have to have, I don't know, a bunch of paper for, a little thing, So money is good, just except for the fact that it changes. If I were going to make money better, I would just make it so you can't print any more money unless money gets destroyed. So say you, I don't know, destroy a $100 bill, then you make another $100 bill. But yeah, just no inflation, none of that stuff, but A tier. And it would be S tier if it didn't change so often. Now we have gender identity. And, the idea, right, is, I guess, good. You could be whatever. But, I mean, in in all honesty, you could identify as a girl, I don't care, but that doesn't mean you are one. Like, you're still a guy. You know what I mean? No matter what you do, you're still going to be a guy, unless you, like, genetically modify yourself. But, like, I don't really care. Like, it doesn't really matter to me. To improve this, I just probably make it so people aren't so obnoxious about it, and they just don't care as much. Cause like sometimes people get so offended, they like fight people. Like, it's not that big of a deal, man. Like, you can identify as a girl, I don't care. But yeah, that's how I improved it. Just make them less so offended and less fights about it. But this is B tier. As it is in reality. Yeah. Now we have family. And I mean, S tier, obviously, family is good. Family's great, honestly, because, like, imagine you're just born, and then you just go in, like, you're raised in some kind of facility instead of, like, actual loving house, you know? That would just be bad. I don't know, the only way I could improve this is, I don't know, making parents fight less. But I mean, I can't really change that, no matter who I am, even if I'm like a politician, the world leader. I can't change that. No one can change that. But, you know, they argue and that's how it is. Sometimes. But anyways, yeah, that's us here. Now religion. Now, see, this is, like, good. It gives you nice morals. It makes you just, like, kind of a better person. Me, personally, I'm not religious. But, like, while it makes you a better person, but it also makes you, some people, it makes them a worse person. Because then they hate all the other religions. They, like, it's like the one with the, culture. They just hate the other cultures. Just for no reason, pretty much, other than they think they're right and the other people are wrong. Which, this causes, like, wars and stuff. And, you know, war isn't good. So, yeah, religion's good for, just having standards, really, but it's not good on, like, a wider scale of war. If I would change this to be better, I just make it so people can accept the other religions and not, like, always try to convert people, like, who don't want to be converted, or, like, just getting in arguments and fights. So definitely C tier, because it causes a lot of conflicts. Now we have race. I mean, there's nothing wrong with race, but there's also nothing good about race. It's just people have just a different skin color and, like, different hair. And it does also cause, like, it doesn't as much, but it used to cause, like, conflicts and fights. But now it doesn't really as much. But it's honestly just B tier, because, like, I don't know. It's just neutral, you know? And I can't change this one because, like, you can't. I mean, unless you're like Hitler and you just want to get rid of every race except for one, kind of. But, you know, I wouldn't do that. That wouldn't be improving anything. So yeah, there's no way I could improve this. It doesn't even need to be improved. It's just neutral. People are just different. Now we have social classes. Social classes, man. Like, back in the day, it was really common. It still is common. Like homeless people, they don't have the same amount of respect as, like, the president, right? Or, like, the dictator, or whatever your country has, you know? And so it's basically still around. There's poor people, middle class people, rich people, and then, like, leaders. I guess they would be at the top. This is not that good, because it really just separates people. That's all it does. Definitely not as bad as war, obviously. War is the worst one. I mean, millions of people dying over, like, oil, or just things that really could be solved peacefully. It's just dumb. And now society as a whole, I mean, with all of its flaws, you know, sometimes it's pretty bad, but without society, we just be like a bunch of animals, and it'll probably just be like the apocalypse. we'd be living in some kind of hut. And society, if there was no society at all, like, you wouldn't even, like, communicate with anyone. But if there was a little bit of society, you'd probably live in, like, a little village. But like, there'd be millions of villages throughout the world. But yeah, this has to be S tier because, I mean, it just keeps everything together, pretty much. Without society, it's just you're just a bunch of animals. Even though you can talk and you're, like, way smarter than the other animals, really, you're just a bunch of animals without society. But of course, this still could be improved. I would improve it just by getting rid of conflicts and just getting rid of things that cause conflicts in general. Or just making sure that people don't hate one another just because, like, they're a different race or a different religion. I'd just get rid of all that stuff. And I'd make the whole world the same country. Like, that would be the thing that would get rid of the most conflicts. And that would be pretty good, as long as everyone likes the country. Or, well, the world, I guess. Because it wouldn't really be a country, it would just be the entire place. Well, that was the social constructs tier list and how I would change them if I could, I guess. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe for more videos like